Have you ever felt a brief moment of professional pressure when a client or your manager identifies a strategic opportunity for refinement in a project? It is a moment that can strongly influence how others perceive your professional image.
Many people tend to respond instinctively rather than strategically, but top-tier professionals use a different approach. They view these moments as a vital opportunity to demonstrate high-level emotional intelligence.
Welcome to Business English for Success. I'm Elena, and today David and I will share a practical and structured guide on navigating professional input.
We have designed this session to help you possess the vocabulary to respond with poise, clarity, and professional maturity. You will learn how to use feedback to build stronger professional credibility.
Make sure to stay with us until the end. Beyond our 5 real-world scenarios, we will share a subtle linguistic shift, often just one sentence, that leads to greater professional respect with your key stakeholders.
Are you ready to respond with confidence and communicate with leadership presence? Let's dive into our first scenario, the project quality alignment.
Now that we understand the mindset, let us apply it to our first real-world scenario. This is a situation many of us face, the quality alignment.
Imagine you have just submitted a detailed project report. Your manager calls you into a brief meeting and mentions that the data analysis could be further refined to meet the high standards expected for the client presentation.
In this moment of professional focus, the goal is to remain composed. Instead of focusing on limitations or responding with personal bias, we use a strategy called the professional acknowledgement.
This strategy is powerful because it focuses on 2 key elements: validating the input without defending ourselves, and signaling a commitment to excellence with professional poise.
Exactly. This shows you remain composed and focused on quality, positioning you as a partner in success rather than a passive recipient of feedback.
Elena, I have reviewed the report. The analysis in Section 3 is quite brief. It would benefit from additional depth before we present this to the client.
I appreciate your transparency on this, David. I recognize the importance of that perspective regarding the depth of Section 3. Could you clarify which specific metrics you would like me to emphasize to ensure we fully align with the client's expectations?
We need more focus on the year-over-year growth projections.
Understood. I will prioritize this and share the revised analysis with you by the end of the day. Now it is time for you to take action. To communicate with leadership presence, you must practice the rhythm of leadership. Please repeat after David. We will go sentence by sentence. Sentence 1. I appreciate your transparency on this.
I appreciate your transparency on this.
Great start. Now let us try the second part. Repeat after David. Sentence 2. Could you clarify which specific metrics you would like me to emphasize?
Could you clarify which specific metrics you would like me to emphasize?
Brilliant! You are building real professional capability here. Now let us lock this phrase into your memory. I appreciate your transparency.
I appreciate your transparency.
Here is the executive insight. When you use the word transparency, instead of feedback or criticism, you shift the professional dynamic. You show that you value openness, clarity, and professional growth.
Precisely. It helps establish professional trust and shows you're focused on the collective goal, excellence.
You have mastered the internal alignment with your manager. But what happens when the expectations come from the outside?
That's right. What if a client raises a specific concern during a live call and the stakes are much higher?
In the next scenario, we will share how to handle a client's perspective with a level of professionalism that strengthens trust after the discussion. Let us move to scenario 2. Great work on the first scenario. Now let us step into a more dynamic professional environment. Scenario 2, the client perspective.
Imagine you are on a live call with a key client. They share that the recent project delivery could be further aligned with their specific expectations. The moment requires a high level of focus, and you need to respond with professional poise.
When a client provides specific input, our natural reaction might be to feel a heightened state of professional focus. But in professional communication, we use a technique called the value alignment.
This technique is about showing the client that you are dedicated to their goals. Instead of reacting defensively, we acknowledge their perspective and immediately pivot to a solution.
Exactly. This approach shows you are reliable and focused on their success. It transforms a sophisticated dialogue into a collaborative conversation.
Based on our last discussion, the latest update you sent over appears to be evolving from what we discussed in the last meeting. It would benefit from more focus on the core features we requested.
I hear your perspective, David, and I appreciate you sharing this directly with me. Our priority is to ensure the final result aligns precisely with your vision. Could we briefly walk through the priority features together to ensure the next update is exactly what you need?
I appreciate that. Let us look at the integration requirements again.
Understood. I will personally oversee these refinements to make sure everything is fully aligned by tomorrow. Now, let us practice these phrases so you can maintain leadership presence in any client meeting. Repeat after me. Sentence 1. I hear your perspective, and I appreciate you sharing this directly with me.
I hear your perspective, and I appreciate you sharing this directly with me.
Very good. That sentence shows you are an active listener. Now, the second part. Sentence 2. Could we briefly walk through the priority features together?
Could we briefly walk through the priority features together?
Excellent. That is the tone of a professional clients can confidently rely on. Let us anchor this key sentence into your professional toolkit. I hear your perspective.
I hear your perspective.
This is a simple but powerful phrase. It signals that you are fully engaged and receptive.
Exactly. It validates the client's input immediately, which helps maintain a positive professional atmosphere and allows both of you to focus on the solution.
Now you know how to handle an external client. But what if the input comes from within your own team?
That requires a very specific approach. How do you respond to a colleague when they provide professional input that is unexpected or direct?
In the next scenario, we will show you how to maintain your professional boundaries while staying open to team growth. This insight will elevate how you navigate internal professional input. We have covered managers and clients. Now, let us discuss a situation that happens every day, peer-to-peer input.
Imagine a colleague you work closely with approaches you after a team meeting. They suggest that the presentation delivery could be further optimized for team members who focus on different areas of the business.
Receiving input from a peer is an excellent opportunity for growth. In this case, we use a strategy called the collaborative pivot.
This strategy focuses on building a bridge. Instead of perceiving this as a critique, we treat our colleague as a second pair of eyes who helps us improve our collective impact.
Exactly. By staying open, you show that you value their perspective. This builds a culture of mutual respect and positions you as a highly effective team partner.
Hey Elena, great job today. If I may, I noticed an opportunity to further simplify the technical slides to ensure everyone is fully aligned for the next round.
I appreciate you sharing that observation, David. Sometimes I focus deeply on the technical details and appreciate a broader perspective. Do you have any specific suggestions on how I could communicate those concepts more clearly?
Certainly. We could use more visual metaphors to complement the data analysis.
That is an excellent suggestion. Let us connect briefly tomorrow to refine those slides together. To build strong workplace relationships, it is essential to respond with openness. Please repeat after David. Sentence 1. I appreciate you sharing that observation.
I appreciate you sharing that observation.
Perfect. It sounds very natural. Now, let us try the second part to show you value their input. Do you have any specific suggestions on how I could communicate those concepts more clearly?
Do you have any specific suggestions on how I could communicate those concepts more clearly?
Excellent. You are mastering the art of being a supportive professional. Let us anchor this key sentence into your professional toolkit. I appreciate you sharing that observation.
I appreciate you sharing that observation.
This phrase is a powerful relationship builder. It acknowledges the colleague's commitment to the team and reinforces a culture where everyone feels comfortable sharing insights.
Precisely. It helps establish professional trust and keeps the focus on the team's collective success.
Working with colleagues is all about balance. But what if you receive input that requires a different perspective?
That is a true test of professional poise. How do you offer a different viewpoint while still appearing as a collaborative partner?
In our next scenario, we will share the perspective bridge technique. This is how you provide clarity on your work while maintaining a strong professional image. Let us move to scenario 4. We are moving into a very sophisticated area. Scenario 4. Aligning different perspectives.
Imagine a stakeholder suggests a change to your project that you believe could be optimized differently for a more effective result. You want to ensure the quality of your work while remaining collaborative and professional.
When we encounter a different viewpoint, our natural instinct might be to provide an immediate technical clarification. Instead, we use a strategy called the perspective bridge.
This is about finding common ground. It is about bringing the focus back to the data and the shared goals of the organization.
Exactly. By exploring the logic behind their suggestion, you show that you are open to their vision while still maintaining your professional standards.
Elena, I think we should remove the detailed case studies from the proposal. It is making the document quite long.
I appreciate your perspective on the document length, David. I am curious, could you share a bit more about how you feel the case studies might affect the reader's focus?
I am concerned the client might prioritize other sections before they get to the pricing.
I see. My focus is on ensuring we fully demonstrate our proven track record. Perhaps we could move them to an appendix so we keep the main proposal concise.
That is a balanced approach. Let's do that.
Aligning different views with poise is a critical leadership skill. Let us practice the bridge to a professional consensus. Repeat after me. Sentence 1. I appreciate your perspective on this.
I appreciate your perspective on this.
Perfect. Now let us practice the inquiry question to understand their logic. Sentence 2. Could you share a bit more about the reasoning behind that?
Could you share a bit more about the reasoning behind that?
Excellent. You are learning how to lead a conversation toward a collaborative solution. Let us anchor this key sentence into your professional toolkit. Could you share a bit more about the reasoning behind that?
Could you share a bit more about the reasoning behind that?
This is a strategic inquiry. It shifts the conversation from a difference of opinions to a collaborative exploration of shared goals.
It helps establish professional trust because you are showing interest in their logic before you offer a professional alternative.
You have learned how to maintain your position with grace, but we have one final pivotal scenario left.
What happens when the input is delivered in a very direct or public setting, like during a prominent team briefing?
In our final scenario, we will share how to maintain your poise when communicating in a group environment. This is the ultimate reputation management technique. Let us move to Scenario 5. We have arrived at our final and most influential scenario. Scenario 5. Managing public input.
Imagine you are in a team briefing and a stakeholder raises an observation about your recent project in front of the entire department. This is the moment to demonstrate true professional maturity when communicating in a group setting.
In a public setting, the focus is not just on the input itself, but on the composure of your response.
Exactly, Elena. We use a strategy called the poised acknowledgement. We prioritize efficiency and do not engage in lengthy technical discussions in public.
Instead, we acknowledge the point briefly and transition the detailed discussion to a more appropriate, focused setting. This shows you are confident, respectful of everyone's time, and dedicated to precise solutions.
Elena, before we finish, I noticed the budget allocation for next month appears to be higher than anticipated. Are we sure this is the most effective use of resources?
I hear your perspective regarding the budget, David. You have raised a valid point that merits a detailed evaluation. To respect everyone's time here, may I suggest we schedule a brief follow-up meeting this afternoon to go over the specific figures in detail?
That sounds like a productive plan. Let us do that.
Understood. I'll send out an invite right after this briefing. Managing your professional image in public is a vital leadership skill. Let us practice how to respond with poise. Please repeat after David. Sentence 1. You have raised a valid point that merits a detailed evaluation.
You have raised a valid point that merits a detailed evaluation.
Excellent. That sentence shows you value professional input. Now, let us practice transitioning the conversation to a focused setting. Sentence 2. May I suggest we schedule a brief follow-up meeting this afternoon?
May I suggest we schedule a brief follow-up meeting this afternoon?
Brilliant. You have just mastered a key element of reputation management. Let us anchor this key sentence into your professional toolkit. You have raised a valid point.
You have raised a valid point.
This is a sophisticated leadership phrase. It immediately acknowledges the stakeholder, which maintains a positive professional atmosphere for the entire group.
It helps establish professional trust because it shows you are receptive to input in any environment. It marks you as a true leader.
You have successfully navigated all 5 scenarios of professional input, from managers to clients and even group briefings.
But we have one final step. How do you integrate all these techniques into one consistent professional identity?
In our final recap, we will provide the executive summary to help you internalize these phrases for long-term success. Plus, we will share that one specific linguistic shift we promised at the beginning. Let us conclude this session. We have covered a lot of ground today. You now have a structured framework for navigating professional input with absolute poise.
Let us do a focused review of the 5 core mindsets we practiced.
1. When a manager suggests a refinement, use the professional acknowledgement to show you are focused on quality.
2. With clients, use the value alignment to show you are their partner in success.
3. With colleagues, use the collaborative pivot to build mutual respect.
4. If you have a different perspective, use the perspective bridge to explore the reasoning before proposing an alternative.
And 5. In public settings, use the poised acknowledgement to protect your professional image by moving the discussion to a private, focused setting. Now, let us anchor these phrases into your memory. This is your executive summary.
I appreciate your transparency on this.
I hear your perspective.
Could you share a bit more about the reasoning behind that?
You have raised a valid point.
And as we promised at the beginning, Here is the subtle linguistic shift that can effectively strengthen your professional standing with any stakeholder.
Instead of saying, "Thank you for the input," try saying, "Thank you for your partnership in maintaining these high standards."
That is powerful. It transitions you from a recipient of input to someone who is co-leading the project's excellence. It establishes professional trust almost immediately.
Your dedication to improving your communication skills is what will set you apart in your career. Remember, professional maturity is not about being perfect. It is about how you grow.
If you found these scenarios helpful, please share your preferred key sentence in the comments below. We would love to see how you apply this at work tomorrow.
Do not forget to like and subscribe to continue your journey toward becoming a more confident and respected professional.
In our next session, we will explore the art of professional influence, how to gain consensus with leadership presence.
Until then, keep practicing and keep leading.
Goodbye for now.
See you in the next video.